really want to start decorating for fall, so we're gonna stop by a few stores today to see if we can find anything that we like in terms of fall decor. First stop is TJ Maxx. It's so hot today. I can feel myself burning alive. Pumpkins.
For the 4 that we have.
Well, we would put away the ones we have now, you know? This is super soft.
Wait, this is perfect for the couch.
You're so unserious. What do you think about this one? Wait, that's so cute. Look at all these pretty pumpkins. All right, next up is Ross. We're gonna see if they have some utensil holders. I already found out that their pumpkins are way cheaper here, so honestly, we should have gone here first. I also want to see if they have some cute kitchen towels here. I think I'm gonna get 2 sets. One that's more simple, kind of like this. It's like not overly Halloween-y. And then one that like fits the more spooky vibes that's like obviously themed. All right, guys, this is their haul. I think it might be too early for them to have all their fall. They don't need to know. It's August right now, but it doesn't matter. All right, let's do a haul. I'm so excited. First up, we have the cutest little ghost witch that my boyfriend actually found while we were at Home Goods. She was 15 bucks. Then we have this skeleton guy, $13, also from Home Goods. Salt and pepper pumpkin shakers, $15. One of the things that I was also beginning to worry about is like, I didn't want all of my decor to just be pumpkins and ghosts, like so obviously only for spooky season. I wanted the decor to last up until the end of November. So my boyfriend suggested mushrooms, which I thought was a great idea. This one was actually from Ross for $9. And one of the things that I learned is that I think this might have been my first time shopping at Home Goods, and they have a bunch of stuff that I really liked, but they were not exactly like, there weren't really any good deals. And I don't think Home Goods is really known for that, but that's something that I learned since it was my first time shopping there. And honestly, I should have went to Ross first before getting anything from Home Goods, because the deals and the prices at Ross were just so good. Even though there wasn't really a whole lot compared to what Home Goods had, I still should have just started there first. Then we have this cute stacked pumpkin in pink from Marshall's, and it was $15. Gray, almost chrome-like Halloween pumpkin. We thought that this one would go really well on the coffee table. And it also lights up. I think this one lights up too. I found that Marshall's was also a good place to go. The prices at Marshall's were, I think, were like in the middle of Home Goods and Ross, but they also had like a pretty good selection of fall decor there. So we have this Beware Snoopy mug. It's super cute. I actually got this one for my boyfriend just so that he can have a cute little spooky mug. Also from Marshall's for $9.99. This I thought was a really cool find, probably one of my favorites from this haul. $13 from Marshall's, and it's wood. This is new for me. I've never done like a fall garland as decor before, so I'm very excited. And these came in a pack of 2, by the way. They're about like 6 feet long, I think, and they are from Amazon. I got some pillow covers also from Amazon. It comes in a set of 2. So cute, and it is fuzzy. Because I knew that everything else was gonna be like orange most likely, I wanted to do something a little bit different with the pillow covers. That way it still kind of matches, it still has that very like cozy vibe to it without it being orange. I got some LED lights that are like fall themed that I am planning to put somewhere on my shelf. Oh, I may have lied to you. I think I said that the skull with the mushrooms was my favorite, but it's not. It's this. Look at how cute this is. She caught a vibe. Look at her. She even has her reading glasses on, cozy book in hand. And basically this is the vibe that we are trying to go for fall. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get on her level. This is from Marshall's and it was $13. The last thing from Home Goods is this brie cheese baker. $13. I actually had to convince myself to get this, and I'm so glad that I did, because it is the cutest mug ever. Like, just like look at how cute this is. All the strawberry witch ghosts, like, come on. And it says, very spooky. So cute. I got this one from Ross and it was $4. $4 for how cute this mug is. Next up, we have this cute medium-sized pumpkin. And guess how much this was? $8 freaking. For this, like, do you see the quality? It's hefty too. Really good deal in my opinion, because when I was in Home Goods, all the pumpkins were at least 15 to 25. Some of them were $30 depending on the size. So the fact that I got this for $8, bruh, it was a steal. And on that note, I got another pumpkin, but this one is a lot bigger. Also from Ross for 15 bucks. And again, this at Home Goods would have been $25. I also got some kitchen towels because I wanted to do some more decorating in the kitchen. It's also from Ross for 6 bucks. These were also from Ross, $7. Actually, I think this was the mushroom that started it all. This is what led us to get all the other mushrooms. How could we not say yes to this? 17 bucks. Look at how cute this pillow is. Also from Home Goods, $30. Right now, looking at them side by side, I don't know if it'll actually look good, but I think we'll get a better idea once it's on the couch. I think that is everything that we got. We spent a grand total of, I actually don't know. I'll have to calculate this later, but honestly, whatever it is, I have no regrets because I know that once all the decor is up, I'm gonna be a happy Danny, and that's all that matters. All right, let's decorate. Now that we're done decorating, it definitely feels a lot more cozy and just fall within the apartment right now. And I feel like those kind of vibes make reading even more fun around this season. So with that being said, we're just gonna go ahead and start our first book of this vlog, which is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is the second book of a duology. With the first one being One Dark Window. I actually read this one for a book club, not thinking that it was actually connected to this book because I see this book pretty often on TikTok, but this one not as much. So when I read this, I didn't even know that it was the first part to Two Twisted Crowns. If I remember correctly, I did like One Dark Window, but I just wasn't super in love with it or super attached to the characters. But I did hear that this book is better than the first book and that they actually switch up the couple that they're focusing on. So I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I already started actually, and we are 12 chapters in. We are 60% into the book right now, and I don't know if it's because it's just been a while since I've read this book, but it feels like I am enjoying this more than I enjoyed the first. Obviously, we still have more of the book to go, and a lot can happen within these pages that can make the experience go down for me, but so far it's going really well, and I can see why people like this book better than the first one. Bro. Oh my god. What? What? That is sick. Bro. Oh my god. He's a Rizzler. What is happening? I don't know why I do this, but sometimes I read books that I'm not always the most excited about. And it's not because someone is forcing me to read it, but because at one point I did want to read it, but then it took me too long to read it. And so now I'm just kind of forcing myself to read it because it's been on my TBR forever. Two Twisted Crowns was one of those books, but we finished it and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. When I finished One Dark Window, which is the first book before this one, I wasn't really that wowed by it. But Two Twisted Crowns is so much better and you can really see the improvements, I feel like. And maybe it's just recency bias because like I said, it's been about a year since I read the first book, but I don't know, I don't remember enjoying the first book as much as I did this one. I still really like the magic system. It's pretty unique. I don't think I've read another story that has the same magic system as this one does. This book has a darker vibe to it, but it still feels very whimsical, and I think that has a lot to do with like the riddles that they sprinkle all throughout the book. There's just something about like puzzles and riddles and like the mystery aspects of a story that I really love. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the story. There was a lot of hidden history that we had to uncover and relearn, and to me that was super fun to do. The writing is beautiful, especially coming from Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. This writing style was just such a nice breath of fresh air. I also really like how Rachel Gillig went about the romance aspect of this book, because we have this established relationship, right, and they have their own problem that we were trying to solve, but instead of just keeping it at that, she adds in another layer by bringing in a new couple and making that the new romantic focus. I love that that she did that, because now the romantic elements of this book just has more layers to it and makes things more exciting again, because it's kind of like it's budding romance and it's more entertaining to me. Not only that, but the new couple had even more chemistry than the original couple. They had me giggling and kicking my feet, okay? The new romance is a little bit more spicy than the first book. Nothing too crazy though, but honestly, I don't think it really needs like raunchy spice for it to be good, because the tension and the chemistry between the two characters were already there. It was already so good. The male from the new couple, I think I just love his personality better. Like, he's very sarcastic and snarky, and I love his humor, and I love the way that he interacts with a female MC and seeing like how her personality kind of like. And I think another thing that makes this book more interesting than the first is that it's the second part of the overall story. So naturally, there's gonna be a lot more of our questions being answered. I'm nosy, I love hearing the tea. So me getting all of those answers is just satisfying. It's all the stuff that I've been wondering since the first book, and I finally got the answers to those. I almost gave this book 5 stars, and the reason why I didn't is because of one thing that I thought was missing, and that is the emotional roller coaster. I really wish that it pulled at my heartstrings a little bit more, especially towards the end. The themes that she chose were great in terms of giving me a connection to the characters, but I don't know what it is. There was just like a little bit of something missing that prevented me from feeling deeply attached. And I don't know, I kind of wanted her to tear my heart out a little bit, because there was definitely potential for that. All right, enough of that. For our next book, we are going to be switching it up a little bit in terms of the genre, and we are going to be reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This is another thing that has been on my TBR. I was actually supposed to read this last fall, but never did. We're going to get into this book, but we're actually going to start off with the audio first, because I really want to paint. Here's the situation. We already put up our cute little fall shelf, but now we just have this wall of nothingness that I want to fill up with a bunch of cute fall paintings. We already have 2 paintings to start. One I did myself, and then the other my friend did, but I do want more so that we can make like a little collage here. I actually don't know a whole lot about this book, which is exactly how I like it, but from what I know, this is a YA murder mystery. Basically, there is a pretty and popular high school girl who gets murdered by her boyfriend, and the boyfriend then commits suicide after the murder. And then 5 years later, our main character does some research on the case, at first for a class project, but then she finds some things out that makes her suspect that maybe the boyfriend who committed the murder might have been innocent all along. And now her life is in danger because there is someone out there who does not want her digging into this. I'm hosting a spooky movie night tonight for my friends, and I wanted to make panda and waffles as like one of the snacks for tonight. And so that's what we're currently making. But while we're doing this, I wanted to give you an update. We are finishing up chapter 19 right now, and I am really liking the story so far. I honestly didn't really know what to expect, because I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, I did a 24 hours of reading thriller challenge, and it was very lackluster, in my opinion. I was a little bit disappointed in the thriller books that I chose to read. I do remember having this feeling of like, oh, thriller books are really not as great as I thought it was gonna be. I was still open to reading more so that I can find thriller books that are good. And I'm not exactly sure if you would consider this a thriller, but it is a murder mystery, and already I'm having so much more fun reading this than I did for the 3 thriller books that I've read in the past. It still follows a similar format to the other 3 books, where we're basically given the ending, almost not the ending, but like the ending of a case or of the whatever crime committed. Like, we already know what crime was committed, but we're trying to figure out how it happened. Since our main character is basically reinvestigating like a closed case that happened in the past, she's having to call people related to the victim to ask them questions, listen to recordings of when the suspect was questioned, and she has to go through transcripts and stuff like that. And it's cool when you're reading through that on paper, but it's even cooler when you're listening to the audiobook and the recordings and phone calls sound like the actual recording, especially the phone calls where they edit the audio in a way that it sounds like it's coming through a phone. I'm just having a lot of fun with the story so far, and it's honestly like a nice change for me since I don't really read this genre very often. All right, the batter is pretty much done. We're gonna set it aside for a little bit, but meanwhile, we are gonna do a little bit of cleaning up and some decorating. What? You can't be serious. I hope that wasn't real. Bro, please don't tell me. What the f- I'm actually kind of pissed. Ugh, that is so f***ed up. Hey guys, we finished A Good Girl's Guide to Murder this morning, and I think it's safe to say that this is the best murder mystery book I've read. I haven't read a lot, but so far it's the best one. Honestly, it wasn't as predictable as I thought it was gonna be. Like, there were some things that I guess were gonna happen, but it still wasn't the complete whole story of what actually ended up happening. I don't know if this is the right word to explain it, but there were some parts that had like a very like ominous feeling, like vibe to it, which I really loved because it added more tension to the whole story. Not only are we reinvestigating or solving a murder, but the main character's life is also threatened throughout the book. It wasn't anything crazy, and honestly, the action could have been a lot crazier, and I feel like that would have really kept me at the edge of my seat. But you know, I'm really not mad at like how this was written. It is YA, so it's not like I was expecting anything like super gory. All in all, I really did like the book, even the ending, because that was one of the issues that I've had in the past where the ending was disappointing, but I don't think that was the case with this one. And it was just a full circle moment, and I actually got a little emo at the end. We are at Half Price Bookstore because before buying our next book online, I wanted to see if we can find it here first.
Cool cover.
We found it. And this is the only copy too, so. Our bookstore trip was a success because I was able to grab the last copy of the X-Hex from Half Price. We're gonna be reading that later tonight, but before that, I wanna take you with me to the Texas State Fair. Wake up and get your focus. Got no plans tonight. 11? Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know if it's that good. It's really frustrating. I like that. Loki, we can make that up. We can make it. I like this a lot. It's so good. It's very like fall tasty. Yeah. I think it's a cinnamon. Yeah. This book. Tell me how I gotta move, gotta move. And we're kinda alive at nighttime. Alright, so we are almost halfway through the book already, and it's finally starting to pick up. But for tonight, I wanted to do something a little bit different, at least for me. So we are going to be putting together like this little miniature house. It's this cute little bakery. And yeah, we're going to be putting this together while we listen to the audiobook, because this is something that I've always wanted to do for quite some time now, probably for the past 3 years. But I've just never actually gotten around to doing something like this until now, because my friend was so kind and gifted me this for my birthday, and I'm really excited to put this together with you guys. My forehead is super shiny right now because I already did my skincare for tonight, but I wanted to show you these lashes that I'm trying out for the first time. I think I got them from Wasado, but I've been looking for like very low effort lashes, and I found out about these like magnetic lashes, and so I finally got them, and I just wanted to show them to you. Do you like them? I'll try and give you guys an update probably in my next vlog to let you know whether these are worth it or not. Bro, what is he doing? Oh my god. Alright, let's talk about this book before all of my thoughts leave my brain. In my very humble opinion, I don't really think this is the kind of book that changes your life. It's not the kind of book that blows your mind. It isn't really the kind of story that gives you a book hangover. And in all honesty, I wasn't really attached to the characters. The ending of the book, it was cute. It was a cute ending, actually. But I will say, like, the solution to the problem that they were having didn't feel as, what's the word, like satisfying. The big final moment of them solving this issue, it didn't feel as grand as it should have been. What I will say though is that this is the perfect book to pick up if you are looking for something that is heavy on the autumn and Halloween vibes. If anything, it actually kind of felt like an adult Halloween Town story. Reading this during the fall season, particularly in October, which is the month that we're in right now, is the perfect time to read this. And I just love when they talk about the environment, about the fall leaves, about the autumn weather, about, you know, stacked pumpkins and all the fall decor, all the witchy things that they're doing, all the curses and going to cemeteries. And it just all feels very cozy with a slight, you know, dark aspect to it because, you know, curses are involved. I really wasn't expecting anything groundbreaking from this. I picked this up because we were coming from Two Twisted Crowns and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So I wanted something that was a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more on the romance side of things, while still giving me something that fit really well into the autumn season and gives you like that cute and cozy, spooky vibe. So if you're looking for anything along the lines of what I just described, this book is great for that. Just don't pick it up if you're looking for anything outside of that realm, okay? Do you see how tiny this book is? This is not a book for heavy world building. This is not a book for high fantasy. Even like the romance is very meh to me. It's not like the best. It is spicy though. I was actually surprised in terms of how spicy it was. I didn't even think it was gonna be spicy at all. I don't know what I was really thinking or what I was expecting really, but I read the first 2 pages and I was like, oh, we're going in that direction. Cool. But yeah, only pick this up if you're looking for something along the lines of what I described earlier. Anything outside of that realm, maybe don't. And honestly, nowadays, I'm trying to do better with seeing books for what they are and what they were intended to give, rather than what I expected from it, if that makes sense. So I'm telling you that this is what that book is. If you're looking for anything outside of that, it may not be for you. That pretty much concludes our fall vlog. And also, girl, if you have any suggestions for what kind of books I should read next or what kind of vlogs you want to see from me, let me know in the comments below. I'm always open to suggestions, so let me know and I might actually film the video suggestion that you give me. I'll see you in the next video.
It feels too right.